I'll even switch on the microphone. You can hear me now. Good morning. Welcome to our Sunday service on the 29th of October, 2023. Good to see you all here. Um, how, uh, how was last night? Did you enjoy that extra hour in bed? Yeah, I think I left here around midnight. My sat nav said I was going to get home at 1. There's traffic on the road about 1:30. I thought, I'm here early, earlier than I thought. So anyway, I forgot that the clocks were changing. So anyway, that was nice. I wondered why I was refreshed in the morning. Yeah, please, let's rise and offer a kyungbe and we'll offer one pledge. So let's bow to our Heavenly Parent and true parents. Kyungbe. And we'll offer one family pledge. Number 3, our family, the owner of Chonilguk, pledges to perfect the 4 great realms of heart, the 3 great kingships, and the realm of the royal family by centering on true love. Thank you. Please be seated and join me in an opening prayer. Our beloved Heavenly Parents, thank you so much that we could gather here today. We don't take anything for granted. Every day you give us is a blessing, is an opportunity for us to discover our relationship with you, our relationship with one another, to understand really that we are one family. And even though there are times when there will be misunderstandings and conflicts in the family, we are yet one family, and we want to look beyond our challenges, our differences, our different opinions, and come together in peace and harmony. Heavenly Parent, we see the world now is on fire, Heavenly Parent. Many of your children are dying without knowing about our true parents, without knowing your love for them. Heavenly Parent, please be with each person who is in a conflict zone, Heavenly Parent, that they can have peace soon, Heavenly Parent, the peace of our true parents, the peace of you, our Heavenly Parent. Heavenly Parent, and I pray also for our leaders, especially political leaders, that they can grow their heart, Heavenly Parent, that they can see beyond the immediate hurt that they feel wronged or aggrieved, and see if they can find a way, any way, Heavenly Parent, to bring reconciliation. Heavenly Parent, this is something that we must think of on a global scale, but also we must find ways to forgive ourselves for mistakes that we have made. We have made towards each other, or even in our own lives, we've maybe not understood the importance that you have for each one of us, and we have put ourselves down. Heavenly Parent, we are your children, and we want to grow to a realization of that and fulfillment of that. I want to bring us all here today into your presence and pray that we can feel your heart and your inspiration today. And for those who are at home online, who couldn't make it here, we pray that we could be one in spirit with them as well, and we can worship with joy in our heart, but seriousness also, that we want to bring this world back to you to establish your kingdom of heaven on this earth. I want to report this in my name, Aja Enitiamo, the Central Blessed Family, Aju. So we're going to invite the band very shortly, but just to, this morning, just as by the by, sorry, my poppy is not staying on properly, so, but it's here. So this morning I was at the breakfast table with my wife, waiting for the rest of the house to gather so we could come, and we were talking, and we kind of had the same idea at the same time, because so we said, have we done enough for our family, for our children? I mean, is it time that we can retire and just go away, in my mind, to some sandy beach somewhere and go surfing or whatever? But have we done enough? Have we done enough for our family, our community, and is it time to or put up our boots, or kind of relax a bit? We thought yes, yeah, it is time, but I don't think maybe we are not ready, even though we would like to, but we're not ready to do so just yet, and maybe it will never happen. Work till 77, 87. Talking about working till old age, our beloved sister, Joan Langrick, is so active on Facebook. Have you seen her? She writes in capitals. It's just so she can see it, I'm sure. It's not that she's shouting. But she recently posted, I think yesterday, she posted about Derek Davis. Yeah, she said, now there was a, yeah, she was saying there was an answer to a problem that we have today, teaching martial arts so that people can defend themselves, against all this knife crime and things like that, yeah. Auntie Joan Langrick is really active. She works for, to raise awareness for homelessness in Maidstone and other areas. So maybe it's not time to retire yet, Nitya, right? Yeah, we have to go on for quite a bit longer. Sorry. Oh, wow, okay. Absolutely, we have no reason. Okay, let's welcome our band to lead us in a couple of worship songs. Thank you.
Morning, everyone. So this first song is, you can see, is Put Your Hand to the Plough. If you want to do God's will, we all struggle to fulfill. Put your hand to the plough, hold on. The lessons clear in history, we are sure you will agree. Put your hand to the plough, hold on. Hold on, hold on. Put your hand Okay, next one is Come Back Home. There's a man I've read about, and they say he lives forever. When this world was full of doubt, and all this world together, and he left us on our own. And it's time again for him to come back home. Come back home. Make the streams flow to the valleys and take away the cloud that hide the sun. Come back home. Man to love his neighbor. Give us one more chance to right the wrongs we've done. If only for the children come back home. 'Cause this world is full of pain. Got to come before it's too late. We can't live on our own, and it's time for him to come back home. Come back home. Make the streams flow to the valleys and take away the cloud that hide the sun. Come back home. Teach each man to love his neighbor. Give us one more chance to right the wrongs we've done. If only for the children come back home. Make us dreams we knock them down. Skies are blue, we've made them hazy. States and streams are dark and cold, and it's time again for him to come back home. Come back home. Streams flow to the valleys and take away the cloud and hide the sun. Come back home. Man to love his neighbor and give us one more chance to right the wrongs we've done. If only for the children come back home. 'Cause our time is running out. 'Cause our time is running out. And this world is full of dying. Things we've done are all gone wrong. And it's time again for him to come back home. Come back home. Streams flow through the valleys and take away the cloud that hides the sun. Come back home. Teach each man to love his neighbor. Give us one more chance to right the wrongs we've done. If only for the children come back home. If only for the children. If only for the children come back home.
Thank you. Please be seated. We're going to have our announcements now, but before we do, I'd like to invite up Sigrun Vitai to tell us a bit about the Stand Up for Cancer research event that she's going to be hosting here next week. So, Sigrun?
I just want to say about cancer research. 6 years ago, I started to be involved with cancer research. I actually was looking for work, either paid work or volunteer work. I just wanted to do something for charities. Previously, I worked for British Heart Foundation and for a third world charity which was called Fairtrade, and all the money went to Africa. Actually, I did this one long time ago. So, and with all the different places I applied for work, cancer research came quickly back to me and said they're urgently looking for people to get involved. And I can only stand up for cancer research because I know how hard these people work. The volunteers or those, I was a volunteer actually for 5 years, and then I was offered the assistant manager role and even manager role for a while. Whenever the manager was off sick, I was there looking after the shop and doing basically everything. Looking after the volunteers, looking after the accounting, bookkeeping, everything. So I know everything about cancer research. And I have heard many testimonies straight from people towards me who come in the shop, and they could only witness how much cancer research has in many cases saved their lives or the lives of their family, or even maintained the life at least for some years. I heard only good testimonies. I never heard anything bad about cancer research. And as I have previously done some events inside the shop, like selling homemade cakes for cancer research, plus other things, selling here sometime for cancer research, my area manager approached me personally directly and asked me if I could do an event, if I have an idea. And then I was thinking about I should do a proper big event. As my last event, a German event, is only 3 weeks ago, I had basically less than 3 weeks to prepare for this event. And so far, not very many people actually booked in. So I'm a bit sad, really. So, because we are the witnesses for, people look at us. If you come to this event, it's a kind of witness, especially because a representative from cancer research will come. And stand up for cancer. Basically, I'm doing an event raffle, but I do every raffle prize win something, because I want to give back to people, because the entry fee is £15. None of us has much money, but you get something back. You get a free raffle ticket, inside is £15. You get a gift, you go back with something, and then there is a buffet, and then entertainment is the issue, because originally I asked Benny, but Benny can't do it. He's in Oxford now, and Amabel has to work, so I have no one really to entertain. And now I was even offered £50, whoever will entertain from cancer research. If any of you feel to do something for charity, please approach me. If you would like to perform a song, you get £50 for just one song. Yeah. Next Saturday, coming Saturday, 4th of November. Here. 4 p.m. Sorry? I will speak about it because I researched. I know who started it, and it was a professor from university over 20 years ago. I forgot now the name, but I will prepare a speech for that. And he actually started it all by himself. And now millions of people actually are part of cancer research since only over 20 years. So I just wanted to encourage, if you could come along, it's not so much about the event itself, but just show your face, come here, be part of it, so that we can be a good witness for cancer research. We can actually be grateful that we can do this event here. So anyway, I hope you let me know that you are coming, and if someone could really perform, I would be grateful. So I don't want to let him down, obviously. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you, Sigrun. Sigrun is very active, and every opportunity is outreach opportunity. Yeah, even walking down on the beach, cleaning up on the beach, and you can meet people that directly connect you with the Vatican. So come here next Saturday. You never know. You never know. Yeah, how God is working. Okay, and it should be after Jumbo Great Work, so you'll be fine. Yeah, okay. So announcements now. Weekly announcements. Livingston House is still not full, so please apply if you're preparing for your next year's university place. Think of London and think of Livingston House. There's a matching and blessing preparation workshop. Level 2, part 1 is on Friday the 17th of November to the 19th in Glanoff. It's for second gen and parents. Registrations are open. And if you're in a country, but you're not in a country at war, then you could join online, but you could go, I'm sure. Yes, sorry, I missed the previous one. Was that still a workshop? Oh, okay, yeah, go on. Thank you. Yes, music, again. So on the 2nd of November, music at Livingston House. This is a Greenwich Carp team event. You are all invited to a fantastic evening of music and socializing and dinner. There will be a nice dinner prepared as well. It's only £5 for students and £8 otherwise. And there's a senior harp winter workshop. Applications are open from the 28th of December to the 2nd of January. Again at Livingston House, from 14 to 18 years old. So it's age restricted. It's kind of senior harp, yeah. So please sign up. Let them know you're coming, yeah. ESG, the European Second Generation Department Matching and Blessing Workshop. We are thrilled to unveil the dates for our upcoming international in-person workshop focusing on internal and practical guidance for the matching and blessing. So this is from the 8th to the 11th of February 2024, so good time to prepare. It will be hosted either in Slovakia or Germany. Don't buy 2 tickets, just keep the dates open, yeah. So upcoming Building Our Blessing event. So this is from November 3rd. So this is on Friday next week, 7 to 9 p.m. Central European Time with Ji-song Akoy and Heidi Torrison. Register online, and it's for officially matched couples and newly blessed couples. That's between 2021 and 2023. So a few of you here, and yeah. Matching and blessing, wow, there's a lot of matching and blessing preparation. The next blessing is going to be big, I think. So save the date. Matching and blessing preparation for first gen members. This is a 10th of November to the 12th of November in Tirana. So first gen and matching supporters, please sign up for that if you know anybody. And then there's a European Second Generation Department workshop, ODP Plus workshop, July the 14th to 24th, 2024, 18 plus. And then Senior Plus workshop from the 11th to the 19th of August. And the Roots 22 Plus workshop, August 21st to 25th. Now, in previous years, some people have done all of these workshops at once, but pace yourself. do a one or, yeah, I'm looking at you, Paolo. Yeah, 1 or 2 is fine. Yeah, okay. So the Heart of a Father retreat, the West Country community, Elliot Yamamoto, and Simon Cooper are organizing a weekend retreat at Cleave House for all the grandfathers, fathers, and uncles in our community. This will be an exciting time to share together what it means to be a father. What have we learned in the journey of fatherhood, and what is the vision for your family and the community? So if you can make it, it's only £170 per person at Cleave House. Enjoy the countryside in the autumn. Yeah. And any more announcements here? Yeah. So there was supposed to be I need batteries for this, by the way. The scheduled harp workshop, harp service today. However, that had to be cancelled because we are rejigging everything. Last year, I had no report from harp, so there's no connection between harp and the pastoral team here. So we couldn't find ways to support them better, and I apologize for that because my first priority was the young people, and I let you down by not engaging much with you. But this year, we will engage better, and hopefully the older brothers and sisters will engage also with harp to support you, and it's going to be an exciting year. So watch out for developments, yeah. So I'm really sorry for those who came for the harp workshop, didn't get the memo that it was cancelled. But I had to cancel it at last moment. So, because we need to be connected, we need to know what we are doing. I shouldn't find out there's a harp workshop the day before, it happens. Harp service the day before, yeah, or a few days before from a third party. I should really be in the know, yeah. So, yeah, we're going to work to make things right, yeah. So I apologize again. Let's invite the band. Oh, so today we're going to have a, sorry, can we change these batteries? Hold on a minute. It's going to drop out at any moment. Can you hear me? Yeah. It's gone red, so it's going to drop out. We don't want that to happen. Yes. So, yeah, it's not me. Today we're going to have a talk by Mr. Tony Bain on the Kingdom of Heaven. Wow. Yeah. When True Father in 1954 made that long trek down to Busan and built a shack, and he started witnessing and telling people, we're going to build a kingdom of heaven on earth. We're going to build a global organization for peace, which will reach out to the whole world, and people will come back to Korea to visit this very place. It has to be a man of vision to be in a place like that and still think that it is possible to build a peace, right? So with war raging around Europe, Tony Bain said, I want to talk about the kingdom of heaven. Wow. So that's a visionary, right? Because like I said last week, all I could think about was war. That's just war in my mind. But to clear that from your mind and think about the kingdom of heaven, that takes vision, right? So I'm really inspired to hear what Tony has to say. My voice suddenly became boomy, right? Like Barry White. Yeah. Let the music play. So let's invite our worship team to lead us in a couple of songs before the sermon. Yes, sorry, do we have a weekly news set up? No, we don't, yeah.
unite. Let's unite into one. Bring about one nation, uniting all the glory of the world. Thank you.
You. Thank you very much. So now I would like to invite up our speaker for today, Mr. Tony Bain.
So good morning to everyone here at the Peace Embassy, and also welcome to everyone who's watching this service online. Now, I have to admit that the title is rather ambitious, and I hope that in this matter I haven't overreached myself. But the thoughts that I have go to the highest level of my conscience and my knowledge as it is at this time. So in the world that we live in, there are different kinds of love. There's true love, and then there's a kind of loving, and then there's the absence of love. Concerning the last matter, the absence of love, it was never meant to be that way. Which leads to the question, when is the kingdom of heaven? What is the kingdom of heaven? And when we are in the kingdom of heaven, what is going on? What happens in the kingdom of heaven? There's the classic example of angels playing harps and us listening to heavenly music. Now, I don't doubt that that goes on, but I'm thinking that there's more to it than that. Now, when I was very young, I was fortunate. I went to a Baptist church, and I went to the Sunday school there, and I learnt about the Old Testament and the characters in the Old Testament that we're familiar with. Noah, Abraham, Joseph, Moses, the Ten Commandments, King Solomon, the prophets, and then the New Testament, the life of Jesus, the teaching, the miracles, the parables, and the high point, the Sermon on the Mount. Love God, love your neighbour as yourself, love your enemy. In other words, love all people who you have interaction with. And I learnt Bible verses. There's one that stayed in my mind, and it's always been in my mind. And of course, there's different translations of this. But the one that stuck in my mind was John 3:16, and it says, "For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whoever believes in him should not perish, but have eternal life. I always carried that verse in my mind and thought often about it. I thought that the teaching of Jesus was inspirational, but the one matter that I could not understand was why he had to die. So we were told that salvation comes through belief in Jesus. And I did have faith in Jesus, but that was faith with questions. Also, this matter of a reward in heaven. For me, this was problematic because I thought to myself, well, why am I being a good person? Is it to get a reward in heaven? Is that it? To get a reward? Well, yes, but is there more to it than that? Because we know that the highest level of love doesn't think about a reward. The highest level of love is actions engaged for the well-being of another person or another group of people without any trace of self-interest. So where does the reward come in? But Jesus was talking about it. He spoke about a reward. Later on, I came to think that the reward is to actually be in heaven. That is the reward, because it's our final destiny. So that is the reward, to be there in heaven in a world of true love. It was always meant to be that way. Now, there were lots of concepts that came into my mind, and one was the matter of heaven and hell. And the conclusion I came to was that the arbitrary nature of who goes to heaven and who goes to hell had eternal consequences which, at the time, I considered to be unfair. Now, I had to reconcile all this information with the loving God that was being preached by Jesus in the New Testament. And these matters were very big question marks. Not only that, who is God? Where is God? Who made God? Philosophical questions. And also, what is the kingdom of heaven, and where is it, and what do we do in the kingdom of heaven? There was also another puzzling matter. I went to a Baptist church, and in the same street, there was another church, and this was a Catholic church. And I thought to myself, well, why are there two churches? There's one Bible, one God. Why two churches? And then, after that, there was another level of complexity. I took into consideration that there were not only other churches, but other religions. And I thought to myself, well, in the case of someone who's living a good life, brought up in another religion, and when they go to heaven, do they also get a reward? Do they also get their reward in heaven? Now, at this point, I had hit a brick wall. I somehow felt that the literal interpretation of the Bible was not the only interpretation worthy of consideration. I stopped going to church, and I put these questions in that special part of my mind that is reserved for questions that have no answers, but may be answered at some point in the future, or, as is sometimes the case, may never be answered. So, I take the view that if we're seeking something, there will be an answer. It says in the Bible, seek and you will find. A very well-known verse in the Bible. Well, I wanted to seek, but I didn't know where to seek. So now fast forward many passages of time. I'm now 27 years old. Okay, going backwards. I'm now 27 years old, and I'm living in Southend-on-Sea. And one day, I had the idea in my head. It was a bank holiday. And I had a rather, how can we put it, job that wasn't particularly interesting, but I had to do it. And I wanted to come to London, and it was a bank holiday, and I had the return ticket on the train. And the idea I had was to go to the post office tower. It's now called the BT Tower in London, which is a high building for the purpose of sending out microwave signals as part of a national telecommunication system. And I wanted to go to the restaurant at the top. And at that time, it was a revolving restaurant. And what I wanted was a revolving view of the London skyline. It interested me. I like going to high places and then looking down at everything. I'd done this when I was in Austria, and it got me into some trouble. Yeah, I almost got stuck on the top of a mountain. That's another story. So then I had to decide what to do. And in a moment of, how can we put it, divine inspiration, I decided to go to Hyde Park and Kensington Gardens. My state of mind at that time was a bit unsettled and troubled, and, well, I wanted to find my place in the sun, literally and metaphorically. And I went to Kensington Gardens, and I was walking along there near the Serpentine. Actually, it was near the statue of Peter Pan. Yeah. And as I was walking there, then I met Françoise Godot, now Françoise Murphy, who is my spiritual parent. And she started talking about the Old Testament and the New Testament and matters related to the Bible and the life of Jesus. And she made some reference to Jesus coming again. And then she said, do you want to come to Lancaster Gate for an introductory lecture? And I said, yes, I'll come. And I went there, and there was a room full of people listening to matters related to the Bible. And sometimes people, they got up and walked out. But I didn't do that. I didn't want to walk out. I felt in my conscience that I had to stay. So when eventually I did walk away, I knew in that moment that I had to return. Now, to be honest, this was not a brilliant light bulb experience, but rather it was a candle burning consistently over a long period of time experience. I would describe it as a slow drip feed elevation of my conscience to revive my spiritual life. And I was prompted to realise that the literal interpretation of the Bible is not the only interpretation worthy of consideration. Now, because it was not a brilliant light bulb experience, I discovered later on that there were some members who took the view that I was not the most promising new guest. Actually, they were right. But my spiritual parent thought differently. Otherwise, I would not be here now. For that reason, I'm always ready to extend to others the generosity that was extended to me at that critical time. The view I take is that there is no person beyond redemption, no person who cannot be saved, no person who cannot enter the ideal world of Chinua if they want to. Now, when I joined the Unification Church, I was living, as I've already intimated, a very ordinary life. In fact, it was so ordinary that I don't have the words to fully express how ordinary it was. Compared with the whirlwind that came afterwards. There were many challenges, and all of those challenges were for the beneficial development of my character. And now, fast forward more time passages, and it was my extreme good fortune to be photo matched with my wife Hildegard in the 1992 30,000 couples blessing held in Korea. We have one daughter, Holly, and also, I have to say, that all the young people in our community gave us an extended parental role that otherwise would not be there. All of these experiences are special. They are outside the realm of ordinary, and I regard them as miracles. Now, there were many experiences. Some were, how can I put it, lightweight, fun experiences, but others were in an entirely different category. The Messiah comes to change our blood lineage, but the art of changing myself is my responsibility alone. That statement applies to every person, no exceptions. Changing yourself is your responsibility alone. No one else can do it for you. Your friend might have a suggestion. Your parent might express concern. Your partner might say what improvement is necessary. Your doctor might give you advice. Your moral excuse me. Excuse me one moment. Your moral values and beliefs may guide you. Other people can help, but only you can change. Only you. Now, to deny the potentially enormous help that can come from other people, other sources, well, it would be disingenuous to deny that help. Others can help, but then we have to follow through, to activate, to utilize that help. Otherwise, it is like a dusty book sitting on the shelf, waiting to be picked up, waiting for you to turn over the page, waiting for you to read the book, and waiting for you to do something. In the final analysis, we have to make a decision that only we can make. In the final analysis, it is an act of our own free will. And it was always meant to be that way. We are hardwired to have free will. That is, free will with a conscience. Now, these words may sound rather harsh. These words may sound rather harsh, but in mitigation, it's simply calling a spade a spade. Now, there may be some challenges that stretch a person to the limit, and it distresses me to know this. So this harshness needs to be tempered by love. Every person needs someone to watch their back, to stand by them through thick and thin, to be the avenue of the last resort. It could be that few words are needed, or even no words, only to be there. If a person is threatened, they should be able to look over their shoulder and see their best friend standing there, watching their back. And if the troublemaker then says, "Who are you?" they can reply in a cool, calm voice, "I'm a friend." Selfishness is the limitation of our ability to love. When we can't love anymore, at that point, that is when selfishness kicks in. Did it ever happen to you? It happened to me. But our conscience never rests. Even while we sleep, our conscience is ticking away, edging us on in our dreams to ever higher levels of love. Without this divine grace, we are lost. And then I thought, well, what is our conscience doing? What's it doing while we're sleeping, while we're engaging in the actions of life? So I put some words together, and this is my take on my conscience. It is sifting through information, processing, analysing my true motivation. It considers every matter in nuanced microscope detail. Then it compares it with my built-in moral compass. Then it runs a check. Then it does one final check. And then it gives its answer. After that, the only question that remains is, am I a person of integrity? Progress and enlightenment are made possible by having a conscience informed by the knowledge of the heart, mind, and will of God, as revealed by the true parents. Do we agree? The kingdom of heaven will come and is coming because we all have that spark of God-given humanity that can never be extinguished. Civilization would not have started, and it would not have developed and therefore it would not exist without this conscience that we've been given. A conscience that drives us on and gives us the possibility to find out true love and get to the highest level possible. Now, it is the eternal destiny of every person to inhabit the world that is envisaged by the ideal of creation. It is our salvation, the means by which we can be rescued and brought back to a heavenly standard. And there's no person who is unreachable. I know that from my own experience. And on the world level, there is a worldwide search and rescue operation going on now to save humanity from itself. So, what is my final take on this matter? Okay, these are my own words now, and okay, I've used some imagination here. I don't pretend this is gospel, but it's my own words. It's my highest level noble thinking kicking in, and having a dream that's only a dream, but it can happen. Here it goes. The kingdom of heaven is the time and the place when all the members of our community are told, authoritatively, and this is in my own words, you can all go home now. There is no more resentment left in the world, and there are no fallen people. You do not have to be concerned anymore. Go home, live your best life, and take care of one another, and live in the ideal world of Chinuguk, where true love is the natural order of the day, and every person knows that they are loved. When that day comes, that is the kingdom of heaven. Please join me in prayer. Heavenly Parent, I pray that all people who are searching for the truth can find true parents and shine brightly in the world and act according to the highest point of their conscience, so that humanity can advance the merit of the age enough to create the kingdom of heaven on earth. And I pray this in my name, Tony Bain of the Blessed Central Family, and in the names of all of the blessed families represented here and all people of goodwill. Adieu.
Raju. Raju. Thank you. Thank you very much, Tony. Please join me in thanking Tony for his message. Yeah, thank you very much, Tony. I like Tony's deadpan delivery. And but it's a very serious matter and very deep words. Thank you. And I could just see it. That time, it's amazing. I was thinking about, is it finished yet? It's close. I think it's close. Yeah. Sorry, paper cut. That's okay. Yeah. Yeah. Kingdom of Heaven is close. Yeah. I can just touch it, and then I can go home. Right. Yeah. Thank you again. Let's welcome the band and have our offering song.
Sunlight beaming forth in these from the fatherland, bringing tidings of a new world to families in fear. Let us hasten to send you all throughout the world. Eden's glory spreading forever, the hope of joy and peace. Dawn, golden dawn, throughout the shining fatherland, tells the tidings of the rising sun. Always quickly way of the field, hasten to harvest now. Crops are ripened and ready to bring into the heavenly hall. Gathered to speed the tide, all will share the harvest of joy at the banquet of the Lord. Dawn, golden dawn, dawn, golden dawn, throughout shining fatherland, tells the tidings of the rising sun that brings it down. And the woes of 6,000 years are gone from the Father's heart. Sons and daughters shall live with great joy, power to bear its own. Saints and sages, men of good faith, all wait for His day. Royal
Thank you so much that we can be gathered here at this beautiful peace embassy to listen to Tony's articulate, wonderful sermon. Thank you very much for speaking through him and about the kingdom of heaven, which we know will come at some point, even though there's so much conflict in the world today. But parent, we have to change ourselves, become new people, become your true divine sons and daughters. Thank you very much for all the blessing that you give to each one of us. We really want to offer our offering to you, which pray that can be used for your will. Thank you. I report this in the name of Dirk Gardner, blessed family. Adieu.
Thank you. Please be seated. I would like to thank you very much for all of you for coming today, and would like to recognize anyone who hasn't been here for a while or hasn't ever been here, and just say hi. Is there anybody new here? Anybody? No. We know Raven. We know. Yeah. And anybody hasn't been here for a while? Good to see Grace here again. And Sophia, Gilchrist, Jasper. Thank you. Yeah, all of you. Thank you for being here. I should mention everybody's name now. Some people will feel left out, right? Let's start from there. Before we do our benediction, I'd like to invite up Fahad Nikayin, our chair of the committee, but also he's one of the student leaders at Greenwich University, and he's going to talk a little bit about the upcoming Greenwich Music Evening to inspire you to come. And now we're looking so much for people to play music now. We don't take it for granted, our worship team coming here every week and performing. We don't take that for granted. And I personally want to be able to recognize their contribution. The tech team, people online depend on the tech team to put it out there, have a good sound and everything. And we can't take it for granted, and we should recognize their contributions here. Thank you. So, Fahad.
So sorry, I didn't want to take your time. First of all, thank you for the deep, sincere words. So I need that vision of kingdom of heaven. If I do witnessing, sometimes you get lost in the actions, and you've got to remember the goal.
3 minutes.
Yes. So I just wanted to emphasize about that one point, that this Thursday we're in danger of having a horrible experience and no one coming and being miserable. So if you want to help us not to have a bad experience on Thursday and have an empty room where we put up all the food ready and have music ready and have everything nice, we'd really appreciate if any of you could turn up in Livingston House at 6 o'clock on Thursday evening. If you come late an hour, that's fine. We love you. And but 6 to 9 is an hour of music, then another 45 minutes of wonderful food, led by a Japanese team of elder sisters. So really nice food, and then a second bout of music. So we talk about witnessing, we talk about outreach. And as it was expressed so eloquently, outreach isn't just telling people Bible verses, is it? It's also fellowship, it's also sharing who we are as blessed families. And so I think that atmosphere of music is one of the nicest ways to attract people to have a heart-to-heart relationship. So I'm inviting many people from my university, see how many of them turn up. But please invite anybody. It's not young or old or middle or anything. Everyone can appreciate music. And there's nothing political about it, taking sides in Gaza, nothing, this religion, that religion. It's got none of those, right? It's so nice, isn't it? So please invite people. So Thursday evening, from 6 to 9, we're there. Livingston House, you know where it is. There's a small amount of money just to cover the food. If you perform, you don't pay the money. Yeah. And I heard rumors, if you come early and help setting up, you won't pay the ticket money either. Anyway, okay, thank you.
Thank you, that's the way to sell it. Thank you very much. Yeah, just it's a logistical matter, because in October we had 5 Sundays, so it happened that we had this service today at the Peace Embassy, But next week is also at the Peace Embassy, because on the 1st of the month and the 3rd of the month is at the Peace Embassy. I'm sure I've got that wrong. Have I got that wrong? First and third week, usually. But look in the newsletter for the exact day we're having the services here or Livingston House. Next week, the first Sunday is here at the Peace Embassy. And because it's November, we are going to have potluck lunch. So please bring a potluck lunch next week, if you can, to share. Okay, thank you, and have a great week. Thank you. Thank you. Benediction. I always forget the benediction. Yes, benediction. Please rise. Forgive, love, and unite. Gratitude brings about heavenly fortune. Forgiveness opens people's minds, and love moves people's hearts. Let us be grateful for everything. Forgive our enemies, love our neighbors as we love ourselves, and work in oneness for peace. Our Jew. Oh, that's the description of the kingdom of heaven right there. Yeah. Thank you. Have a great week. Yeah. Thank you.